Are we clicking?
And clicking go live.
You're clicking go live. You're not doing a countdown?
Countdown. Hello, hello, wonderful people. We are in this mug. So
I'm waiting for YouTube. I'm not sure. Let me double check on another device.
what's up, wonderful people? If y'all can hear your girl, let me know. Yes, I stopped it. I should be on like full video now, so I'm trying to see if they can hear me.
Mm.
Someone still has the music going. It must be a little delayed. It's okay.
Hello, hello. There is a huge delay happening
Okay,
right
I
now.
think you guys should be able to hear me now.
Can you all hear me? Can you see me?
My stream is completely frozen.
It's one of the setbacks of going live, but it's okay.
Right, we love it. Can you guys hear us now? Oh.
Let me put a message.
Can you hear Toya?
I can hear the feedback, I think. Hello! Well, welcome back to another live filled with technical difficulties as usual. Don't we love it? I have
Hey
Bonnie.
y'all. Hi y'all. Hey Takesha. Hey Jessica. Hey Nueza. Yeah, girl. Another live baby. Can y'all hear me though?
They said they can hear us all except that Toya
Okay.
has an
Okay,
echo.
good.
Hi, I have an echo.
That's what the people said.
Toya, if you have your volume on your computer mic, that's what got me yesterday. That was what caused my echo yesterday.
You mean the output?
Yeah.
Am I?
So
Can
like on
I
the
still
audio
be heard
portion
now?
say it again.
Testing. Everybody's frozen.
I've heard that everyone else is delayed. They can hear me though. They can see all of us.
Lord
Ooh,
have mercy.
I need to give a special shout out to Bonnie from Indiana. Oh, her birthday is December 31st. Happy
Sing in
birthday,
advance,
girl.
Bonnie.
Happy birthday, Bonnie. Bonnie, how old are you turning? 21?
Am I still frozen, guys?
No, I can see you on my end, Toya.
But am I like frozen?
No, you're not frozen.
You're not
Really?
frozen in. Actually, we're all frozen in YouTube. As long as y'all can hear us, y'all. You know how this is how it happened the first time, and then eventually it all worked out in the end.
But I'm
So it's
watching
still
from
buffering for all.
I'm watching from my iPad and we're not frozen. It looks good on
It's
my
okay.
end.
Let's see if I
Yeah,
can hear
like
us,
I'm
though.
looking. So that means
Checking,
that
checking.
yeah, Jen's stream looks good. My stream.
I have to give it up. Give a huge shout out to Bay. Bay's my IT support.
All right.
Mine looks completely slow. Well,
Ooh, talking about
I
delay.
mean,
Whew.
yeah, there's
All
a
right,
huge
y'all.
delay.
Back with another one. Another one. I guess when YouTube decides to clean up my streaming, then y'all see it'll be smoother. But right now, it's telling me you have poor stream health. Well, it's not my fault.
I wonder if that has to do with the whole Ethernet thing, Grace.
No, I'm using regular. I'm using Wi-Fi. And one day we're going to be able to get this perfect like the
I
gamers
know.
do.
These are all the
we
trial
do.
run.
Y'all
One
gonna
day
pick
we'll
them
laugh
up.
about this. We'll go back and look at these streams and be like, damn, I can't believe we showed up like this.
Facts.
Hi, Jasmine. Hi, Nuenza.
Like life is different now.
Mom.
We have a whole stream
Cheshire
team.
DJ, Tyrona.
Wow.
You don't know Jack. Hi, Fetso. Well, it seems like we might just have to just roll with it and see what happens on the, like when it's time to upload once everything is processed. Because it could just be Chrome right now. It's just doesn't agree.
This is why we gotta use Safari. I'm just saying. I'm kidding.
We on
If we could
Safari,
let
y'all.
us, that'd
I'm
be
on Safari.
amazing.
I'm actually using Safari, so same issue.
Wait, you're able to use Safari?
I'm
Yeah.
using Safari, yeah. What you doing, girl?
Because
YouTube
I was in
literally
Chrome
would
and it
not-
shut down. I was in Chrome at first and it just shut down. And I said, you know what, we're not doing this today. Pick somebody else. Let me go ahead and go to Safari real quick. But then Safari didn't shut down, but it is a little lagging. But it's
It has
okay.
never let me use Safari. I wonder if I can switch over.
I probably wouldn't do that if I was you. Start messing
Right.
around with too many things at once.
Yeah, because it's saying there's an error message on my part.
It's saying there's an error on your thing.
Mm-hmm. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a
Yeah, I have
smooth
that.
streaming.
But that's weird
That in yellow,
because
but
I'm looking at your stream,
I'm
Toya,
okay
on
with
my phone, and it's streaming.
Yeah.
It looks just fine. Look, this is you. This is your stream, Toya. Look up.
But is that from your channel or from my channel?
That's from your channel. Like I went on your channel.
What?
Yeah.
Takesha.
Okay, so
Okay,
someone
Takesha
just wanna
says
play
it's
me.
buffering. You can see us, but it seems like we are frozen. It's gonna all work itself out. It's gonna undo. It's gonna work. I mean,
Yeah.
eventually YouTube is gonna say good streaming. We pray for that in Jesus' name. Come through, Lord. Okay.
Come
I'm not even
through.
gonna sweat it. I'm not sweating it. So how's y'all day going? Let us know in the comment box. How is your day going? New Year's Eve. Okay. How's it going? Some of y'all went to work today?
I'm glad we
How's
can
it going?
hear
Let us know.
everyone now too. Okay,
All right.
where is everybody from? That's what I want to know. I heard somebody was in from the UK.
Let us know where you're from and what you're doing today. Bonnie is turning a young 59, y'all.
Ooh.
At the salt and pepper age.
Bunny. You better bunny. Don't worry, y'all. I know our screens are frozen. It's going to work out eventually. So please let's just listen to the audio for now. This is what happened last time. I'm believing God's gonna come through. We're gonna have good streaming health, and then all the videos will be moving and grooving.
It's like
that's my prayer.
It's like a podcast right now. Listen to the sound of our voice. We'll entertain you that way.
Okay.
I got Miss Giggles from Trinidad in the building.
Trinidad.
Mrs. Golden is from South Florida. Girl, I'm so jealous right now because all I hear is heat. Heat in my ears. Meanwhile, I am freezing. I live in a freezer. And it's disrespectful. Every day I look out the window and I have to really think hard about my blessings.
All right, y'all. Let us know where you're from and how your day is going.
Oh, I got Caprice from Conway, Arkansas. Oh my God, do they have Black people in Arkansas?
Very clearly. Arkansas, like, don't forget about us.
Amma from Brooklyn. Woo woo. She spent her day creating, sewing, listening to videos, enjoying a rare day off. Wow. Emma, that sounds absolutely wonderful. I'm not even gonna
lie. Give it to me.
Oh, there's a real delay, y'all. I will.
We also got Tyrone from New York. Born and raised in Harlem. Harlem in the building.
Couldn't help it, sorry.
Gugu, I don't know if that's how you say it, girl. Juju had a long and rough day. And she is in South Africa where it's 11 p.m. right now, y'all. Give it up for Juju for still tuning in even though she had a long day.
Thanks for joining, Juju, at 11 p.m., girl.
Girl, we appreciate you.
Winding down time. Appreciate you, yes.
I can't pronounce your name. I'm going to butcher it. Gbemi from the UK. Rochester, to be exact. She's giving all the details. She just finished putting her toddler to bed. Woo woo. Oh my God, that's going to be my life, y'all, very soon.
Yes. Maybe I need to switch back to Google because Safari is just frozen. I'm not seeing no.
Chrome is no better.
Oh, let me say where I'm at then.
Latoya, shut your dreams down so
Jen's
quickly. Well, I'm just rolling with
I
it.
think on my side, there's a real delay when they hear the question. So I'm starting to see comments come in on how they're doing. We are prepaid to be sick of you. Because I said when we get that stuff right, like gamers, y'all gonna be sick of us. Yes. She said we are prepared to be sick of you.
I'm prepared to be sick of myself when we get this right.
Remember those words. Because when our stuff be popping like them,
but you know what? I don't understand. I need to speak to like a gamer, like directly, have a whole meeting, a one-on-one consultation, because I need to know how to get their stuff right. Their thing is
it's
flawless.
The network. It's how they're staying with fast connection. That's the part we need to know. How you stay with fast connection, no lagging, no freezing on YouTube, extreme, excellent stream health throughout the whole time.
But you know what though? I feel like a lot of them stream on Twitch. And I feel like that's probably, not that I'm saying we need to go learn a whole platform, but I think streaming on Twitch is a little different than streaming straight on YouTube.
it's YouTube then.
Huh?
Okay. So that means it's YouTube.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't want to point no fingers, but I see them all the time on Twitch, and they're flawless. And like my husband watches them all the time. Like he's a huge, I don't know, he's big in the gamer community, and I watch their streams all the time, and it's like flawless. And what they do, I think they just repurpose these content on YouTube, but maybe like streaming on Twitch is where it's at.
Well, you might have to look into that then.
I don't know, because I mean, I got good internet. We again Stan like to watch a bunch of videos. He plays games and stuff himself, so we have really good internet. And I don't know if that's the problem.
The thing is, I have fiber optic internet, so it's supposed to be like the fastest one. But yet here I am. So I don't
but you're
know.
also on Wi-Fi, so I feel like you're like you're not on the highest speed possible by being on Wi-Fi.
Are you using Ethernet?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's why I knew okay. I gotta make sure I get the connection next time.
Our issue is we're depending on Wi-Fi and.
Are you on Wi-Fi too, Toya?
Yeah.
Oh, girl, you ain't saying nothing. We gotta get y'all straight. I think Wi-Fi.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe Wi-Fi is the problem. Because you guys are both having the same issue.
What culprit is.
Yeah, I think.
Let me order it right now.
Wi-Fi
you
don't.
Didn't say you was on Ethernet, Jen.
I did tell y'all.
Jen left us out.
No, I told y'all last time too. I told y'all,
wasn't
and even
looking out
actually, it was a whole conversation that Bae was having with y'all last time about making sure that you're not on Wi-Fi. I remember.
Well, maybe I didn't hear it last time because I was struggling. I was still in the struggle.
Don't you come for my IT guy? My IT guy is good.
Dude, y'all didn't come through for us though, but it's okay.
Sorry.
But I mean, you tried to get the Ethernet thing, Grace, and for some reason it wasn't working. I don't
They gave me
understand
the
that.
wrong one.
Right.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
gave me the
understand
USB one.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Now we
order
know
right
what
now.
the next step is.
Okay, I'm listening on YouTube. They're just not hearing me ask the question of how they're doing.
Well, damn, that is
Are you
so
serious?
late.
That is terrible.
I got Jody
Zakia
Mae from.
says that she's happy to see the three of us together. She's from Texas, and the sun is shining finally.
Now, baby, Texas, home of the pimp players. No, I'm just, we're not no pimps and no players. We
Y'all
are saved and
neighbors.
sanctified.
Wait, is it hot in Texas now?
Yes, it is.
Really?
Right now it's 70 degrees.
Wow. Is it typically hot in Texas
We
though?
got heat. Yes, it is.
So you just
Typically
get
it's
like
hot.
the random
Well,
dip?
it depends what part of Texas, because Dallas does get snow. They get snow more often than Houston does.
Okay. So Houston is where it's at.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want sun? H-Town, baby.
H-Town.
Why do I feel like I've got... So Thunderbolt to Gigabit Ethernet adapter is what I need here.
I don't know what that means.
One of these days, we gonna come on here, and it's gonna be bomb. It's gonna be clear.
Absolutely. Very soon, actually.
Right.
I feel like I've gotten this before, y'all. I really feel like I bought this before.
Oh, okay. I gotta give a special shout out to Janae. Janae is from Ottawa, Ontario. She is from my neck of the woods. We're both out here freezing. Shout out to you, Janae. I feel like I can hear. Is that Grace's phone? Or is that your phone, Toya?
Mine is on silent.
I can hear something. Shout out to Shay from Montreal, Canada. Hey, Shay. Welcome, girl. DP from the UK. Damn, there's a lot of you guys from the UK. Christmas and enjoying Christmas holidays just before going back to work next week. Oof. That's rough. But enjoy, girl. Detach from work. Don't be checking them emails. You know they be trying to act like it's an emergency when it's not. We got someone else from Texas in the building.
Yeah, that's because Jen's is on Ethernet and we're struggling with Wi-Fi. So thank you for keeping your tab open for me. But yeah, it's said, wow, Jen's is working perfectly for me. So I'm watching on my phone, but we'll leave this open.
No, That's a real support. That's a ride or die.
Right there. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna give you your views, Toya.
I'm gonna stick beside him.
While you get it together. She said she gonna stick beside me.
She did. We appreciate you, girl. Juniqua White is over here dropping some knowledge. She said, "Is the equipment itself? If you're on a laptop or a computer that has a solid slate drive, SSD, that helps immensely." And you know what? I'm gonna say I am on a computer. I'm not on a laptop. I think you're on the computer too, right, Toya?
No, I'm on a laptop, but I do have a solid state drive.
Okay, so we got Wi-Fi versus Ethernet, and we also have computer versus laptops.
And I have a Mac Mini. I have technically a desktop computer. I just never use it. So we're just learning. Okay. Next time we're gonna come correct. I'm gonna get with my IT guy.
Oh no. Okay,
We
so
have to figure
we're
this
gonna
out.
figure it out. We're gonna get it together. What else? Who else we got in the building? Oh, first of all, shout out to Karen. Karen came through with a super chat. Thank you, Karen.
Hey, Karen. She's the only Karen we like.
You hear that, Karen? You can sit with us. She said, just popping by to say, hey, you all great. Have a very happy new year. Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you for always supporting. I see you in the comments all the time. And Karen be out here just dropping rocks on us with the super chats. And we appreciate it.
Karen is a G.
Shout out to Understanding Life with Mary J. I think that's how you say it, Mary. Thank you for the super chat as well, Mary J. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting.
Look, y'all. I knew about this before. I have one.
You have what?
An Ethernet cable.
Wow. Y'all, okay, you know what? Petty Jen is gonna come here and tell a little story real quick for like 5 minutes. Okay, I just need the mic. Is somebody out here listening? Hello. Hi, it's Petty Jen. So, earlier today, we know how we always have a lot of technical difficulties. So we're going to come and test this out like an hour before. So we're out here testing, trying to make sure that things working out. And we get to Grace, and Grace is like, okay, I got to connect my Ethernet cable. She went to Best Buy to buy one. First of all, she was late to us testing because she went out to buy the cable. So first of all, I'm going to give you Grace for doing that. So she came back.
Thank you.
And, connecting. And she's like, oh, it's not working. It's not popping up. Maybe they gave me the wrong cable at Best Buy. Yada, yada. So we call a friend, Toya's friend, who's a genius and knows about all these computer stuff. And we're like, okay, what's going on? It's not working. The cable's connected. That don't even make no sense. Like half an hour go by, y'all. They're doing all this testing because Grace had the wrong cable. Meanwhile, this entire time, y'all, she had the right cable sitting right next to her. I'm gonna need an explanation. I'm gonna need to understand.
I bought this a while ago and I might need this one day, not knowing. I was like, I knew I had it. I was about to buy, first of all, Jen. Anyway, I was looking at Amazon, about to add it to my basket. I was like, this looks so familiar. Y'all, I done went, like she said, I went and got this from Best Buy. Let me go get my little $30 back.
Girl, you gotta keep that receipt.
Now I need to know what you have.
Here comes the test. I'm about to turn the Wi-Fi off. Wait, let's hold our breath because I'm about to turn the Wi-Fi off. Lord be offense.
Oh no, Grace, don't do it.
We're still going.
Don't do
We're
it.
still going.
I vote not to do it.
It worked.
Oh, did you just plug it in?
I'm on Ethernet.
See, this entire time we wasted half an hour when you testing this Bobo-ass cable when you had the right thing.
What I have, Toya, can you see it? Hold on. It's going to show it. I guess it's still a little delayed, but... Oh, wait.
Just take a photo of it and send it in our chat.
Okay. Got you.
Y'all, I'm gonna need y'all to gain up on Grace today, okay? Because...
Please don't.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
I've had at this point, okay, the drama in my life has been like all the way to the roof. I am done. I have unsubscribed from whatever raggedy package I had from 2022.
Raggedy
I need an
package.
upgrade. I
Oh,
I'm
wait, now my
subscribing to something else. Pick somebody else. I don't want it.
but now it's saying no data on YouTube. Let me just reload.
Grace, I also have my IT guy that said that he thinks you have audio coming from two different. Wait, no, it's not you. It's Latoya actually. Wait, no, Toya too.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have audio coming from two different sources. Does that make sense?
I have audio coming from two. Jay, my IT guy is.
My mic AUX, I turned it off. Well, the volume is off. Do I need to let me go to properties. I need to just remove it.
Shout out to D Jacobs, who's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I used to live in Milwaukee. I was an intern at the Milwaukee Repertory Theater.
Remove it.
So
It doesn't show as
audio coming from two different places.
There's an
How do
echo from
so I
both
have-
of you. Wait, turn off one of the. You know how in OBS there's like the little sources. Turn one of them off.
Yeah.
Like just exit out.
That's what we're doing right now.
So I have the mic that I added as an audio input, and
Okay.
then that's the only mic for the audio for the sources.
Don't you have the one
Let me
coming
just
from
check this out.
Discord?
And this must be the out. So this is their out.
No, I don't have the one for Discord.
This is me.
Oh, that's interesting.
Can you hear echo?
So currently, I'm the only one struggling because I am on Wi-Fi and they are on Ethernet.
The way you said that was such a sad face. You can still sit with us,
No,
Toya. It's okay.
No.
Mine
This
is saying
the
no data on
second
YouTube.
time
Okay, Grace, you're good now.
that I'm having
I got some
issues.
feedback.
I'm about to throw my whole computer away.
Grace, you're doing good now.
For some
for your
reason
mic.
on YouTube it says no data.
Oh, Grace, you fixed that. I got a lot of comments coming through that your sound is a lot better. Whatever you did worked.
Oh, thank God.
So you should tell Toya whatever you did as well.
In the audio. Wait, y'all, on YouTube it says I have no data. It's not streaming.
But I can still see you in my thing.
I'm getting really annoyed. I can't take this. I'm annoyed right now, Lord. Can I use Ethernet and Wi-Fi at the same time?
I mean, aren't they both connected?
The Ethernet is on, but when I go to Safari and I look at my YouTube, it says no data.
But you know what? Mine says it goes back between excellent and no data as well. But I mean, people are seeing me.
It's like I think everybody has dropped from my stuff. Oh,
Do
sorry,
you
y'all.
not see anybody that's there, like viewers, etc.?
Okay, Sunfire says if I leave and come back. But y'all can still hear me, right? Y'all just can't see me.
I hear
Thank
and
you,
see you.
Tiana. Don't worry, I'm here with you guys. Appreciate you, girl.
I just got some
Thank
feedback
y'all for y'all
that they
patience.
see you both. They see and hear you both.
All right.
So I wouldn't worry about it. I would just let it be.
Keep my tears out.
Until someone say that one of y'all is gone or can't hear you or can't see you, then I wouldn't do anything.
All
right.
Shout out to Renee Bell, who just did a super chat on my behalf, even though my stuff is janky. She said, just sending
Renee
my
Bell.
support. Love you guys. My fave YouTubers. Happy New Year.
Woo woo! Thank you, Renee.
Thank you,
Thank you
Renee
so much,
Bell.
Renee.
Okay, Grace, I have a little more feedback from the IT guy. He says that to restart your
Okay.
live and OBS since you switched to Ethernet.
So I just hit refresh.
he said
Stop
restart. So
streaming and then start streaming. Is
Oh,
that what
like
he's
shut it
saying?
all the way down.
like let me double check.
Because if that's the case, I have to shut down Safari too, right?
Hold up. I'm asking.
Holding.
Cookie Monster sending love from Houston. There's a lot of Texas people in the house.
H-Town, baby.
It said just the live and OBS. So get out of the live, get out of OBS, and then redo it all. Well, not redo because everything,
So
all
if
your
you
settings are already there. Just like X out and come back in.
Like X out of Safari, X out of OBS.
Close Safari, close OBS, reopen Safari, reopen OBS, restart your stream in OBS, and then it'll connect to your stream in YouTube. So you're gonna be gone for a
before I do
second.
that, okay. All right, give me a second. I'm ending my stream now.
Okay.
Oh, but if I end it, it'll end up making a new one. So let me not end it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just close out Safari. Oh Lord, please let this work.
But if you close Safari, it's gonna end your stream anyway.
Let me exit out. I'm just exiting. It's okay. All right, I did all that. Now let me open OBS back up. Oh, slightly annoyed, but let me not be annoyed. All right,
Hello,
OBS is back
Carolyn.
up.
Thanks for joining. Oh my God, too funny. Someone says that Petty Jen is out more now because I'm expecting. I'm not even gonna lie. It's probably true.
Basically.
I have no patience. I already had no patience before, but now, so it's a non-existent thing in my life.
When I was pregnant, my patience was very thin. And at the time, I was still working at my job.
But was it your patient or was it your job? You know? Let's separate the two. Was it your patients or was it your job?
No, it was the people.
It was the people.
that came in.
I think someone asked me if I was
And half
expecting.
the time, they didn't even realize I was pregnant because they were so focused on their stuff. So I almost got into a big argument. And my supervisor came and it was like, I'm going to take over this situation. I was not having it. My patience was this short. You know what? The cool thing that I enjoyed about being pregnant was how kind people were for the most part. Some people, like if people were rude, I was extra pissed off. But for the majority of the time, people were very kind to me. They would open doors for me.
That's actually funny. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question. If there's any mamas in the building, tell us what you like or didn't like about pregnancy. Put that in the comments. But to answer you, Toya, I actually find it very annoying how people treat me being pregnant. I hate it. They act like I'm sick. Like, don't do this. Sit down. Oh my God, you fragile little thing. And it really bothers me. I hate it. I don't like how people treat me just because they happen to know that I'm pregnant. I don't like it at all. That's in real life. That's in real life. I have to say though, like people online, it's just been so overwhelmingly positive and encouraging, and everyone's so nice, and I want to answer everyone because they're all like, congratulations, we're so happy for you, but I get so many comments that I can't get to them all. So first of all, well, thank you everyone if you send a kind message. Really appreciate it. But online has just been honestly super amazing. In real life, I hate it. I hide from everybody. I don't like it. I guess I already don't like people like that, and they're just like, oh my God, come sit here.
Oh,
I don't like that.
Okay, so what I didn't like was people. There was two things. So if I was pregnant and someone just felt that they could just touch me, like touch my belly, I'm like, no, I don't like that. And when I had my baby, like, and he was like pretty new, like maybe a month and a half or something, and we would like be walking around Target to get stuff for him usually. And people just think they can put their face in your baby's face and like just be like, oh, hot, like, with all their germs and their hot breath. Like, I did not like that because I understand people being excited that there's a baby, and of course they're so cute, but their immune systems are still building up.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was a baby, my mother told me that some lady came and was like, oh my God, to me, and kissed me on my cheek.
Do you know
She
her
said
like that?
that she was pissed. She was like, you just kissed my baby? Because my mom was like, not even, my mom was nothing to mess with back then. She's like a lot softer now, but she was like, you just kissed my baby? And the lady was like, like, like startled by it. And my mom said I ended up getting a rash on my cheek where she kissed me.
Oh, for her dirty lips.
Quick shout out to Renee Bell. I just saw your super chat. Thank you so much, girl. Thank
Oh my
you for
God.
adding to the growth of this channel.
Thank you,
Yes,
Renee.
like super chat, buying merch, buying from our links. Like, it's always just so much appreciated.
I agree.
Oh, Cinnamon Delight, peace and blessings from Chicago. I used to live there as well. Love Chicago.
Oh, I went there once and I enjoyed it as
Some
well.
places. Now that
It's
I'm
a
a little bit
beautiful
back
city.
up,
We
even
should
though I
all
still don't
go.
see a streaming health, but I have people from where we got North Carolina. What's up, North
Come on.
Carolina? UK in the house. All right. I want to go to UK. I've never been there.
Me too. I've
I
never
want to
been
go to
either.
UK.
Me too.
Where else we have? Where are y'all from? Where y'all representing from? Let your girl know.
Oh, you know what? Renee also came through with a super chat on my end. Oh my God, Renee. I'm telling you, she be making it rain.
Just
Thank you,
bless
Renee.
today. Wait, didn't Renee bless us last time too?
You did. God bless you, Renee.
God
We
bless
love your
you.
consistency. Thank you so much, Mama. Man,
Renee,
this is such a
and I
blessing. It
want to
really
say,
helps our
hold
channel
on,
to grow.
Understanding Life with
because
Mary Jane asked about my Dior commercial, which
You call it a commercial.
I don't know if
Yes,
I want to
it was
call
a
it
commercial.
right.
That well done.
Do you call it a commercial if you're not paid? Anywho, yes, girl, I made it on my camera.
Petty Jen came out a little bit.
Oh, I can help Petty Jen. Petty Jen just be out. Like, honestly, she don't even leave no more. Like, she just sits with me all day long. And, I don't mind her. I like her company.
Hey, y'all, let us know where y'all from. Sorry for all my technical issues. I'm hoping it works itself out. It's still giving me an error message, but we're gonna keep it though. We're gonna keep it pushing.
shout
Somebody
out
says
to
they're watching K-drama right now and eating pizza. What's K-drama?
K-drama
K-pop,
is
like
Really? So what?
Korean.
like Korean
Korean
script.
drama? Like a soap opera from Korea?
Yeah, like soap operas.
Oh.
Kind of like telenovelas or like our soap operas.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I think the last soap opera I watched was so the soap operas I used to be into was General Hospital, Young and the Restless, the Days of Our Lives, something like that.
Yeah.
And those just the main three.
But you know what I realized
And
with
I don't know
with
what-
these soap operas? It was just like never ending. Like it was a never ending drama. Like 19 years and going strong type thing. Like my God, where do you start?
I used to watch Passions,
Oh, I
and
got that too for a bit.
I remember Miguel and Teresa and Luis, Tabitha and little Timmy with the doll. He was like a doll and a person. And they were doing a lot on Passions. There was like witchcraft and all that in there. I was like, child.
Yeah. All right, they say the audio's breaking
I
up
knew
too
Grace
much.
was gonna be like, oh my God.
C. Evans, is the audio breaking up on all of us or mainly me?
One of these days we go through it together. We just gotta keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if I would have started with the internet last time, but I get irritated.
We'll get it together.
This is like
Next time, I'm gonna. Well, apparently I can't do an Ethernet connection
Why not?
because my router is like on the other side of my home, and so
I got a long cord.
yeah, and I don't have one of those like in my old apartment there was, it looks like an outlet, but it's basically
Yeah.
a port for you to plug your Ethernet in. I don't
Yeah.
have one of those.
When
Word, but yeah, just get a long cord. Like my cord is literally all the way upstairs, and I think it's like 70 feet long. It's like really long.
Oh, you
So,
know
yeah.
what? I could do that, or I could get
Yeah.
an extender, a Wi-Fi extender as well. Well, one or the other, essentially.
Well, when there's a will, there's a way. We don't say I can't no more. That can't. We're leaving that in 2022 with the struggle package.
But if I'm only using it for live streaming, then that's fine. I'll just get a really, really long cord, like a 70-foot cord or something.
We got New York
Just
City
hope
in
that
the
my son
house.
doesn't
I like New York.
right?
Say that
You
again,
said what?
Toya?
I said, and just hope that my son doesn't trip over it.
Just creating
You
a
won't.
tripping hazard.
The things that you have to worry about. Oh, Jen, you're gonna find out. You're gonna be like, for real? This?
I found out about what?
This
Like
is what I have to worry about now?
having a newborn or having a baby?
Yeah, just a child. And then every stage is different.
Yeah.
Every stage is completely different.
Actually, I have a few comments that rolled in about how their pregnancies went. Shanae didn't like feeling helpless. I have Sia, who hated the nausea in the first trimester, but overall she had a great pregnancy. Shanae also didn't like the attention. Yeah, I don't like it. Give me 50 feet, I'm fine. But I'm grateful.
No.
I'm grateful that people care and that they're nice. But I just don't like how they project their own, like, you're frail idea onto me, because I'm not frail. I'm fine. I'm not sick. I'm pregnant. I have to keep reminding people.
One thing that I had to do the same, I went through a similar thing with people not wanting to like swear around me or say anything vile. They're
that's
like,
weird.
oh no, toys in the room. And I had to literally correct. I was like, okay, let's just make one thing clear, you guys. I'm having a baby, not becoming one.
So funny. That's so odd. I haven't experienced that yet.
They're like, no swearing. Like, it was just very, yeah. They were
Maybe
very,
they were
very
thinking like the baby might hear it. So, you know, they say the baby can already hear even though they're in your belly.
That's
So
what
maybe
they
that's why
say.
they was like, oh no,
But
don't
I
let
mean-
the first word of the baby be a bad word.
But I doubt it works like that.
Yeah, I don't think they can like, even if they can hear clearly, they don't know, they can't compute with their hearing. I think, you know, there's a lot of amniotic fluid and all of that. They can hear sounds and tones, but I don't think they can actually make out anything.
Yeah,
But
I
am-
don't believe it.
I am a believer of energy, though. So.
Yeah, I agree. But I hope it's not true, because I was watching the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary thing, and I was like, should I even be watching this? Like, all this bad juju energy coming through. Like, I just couldn't even finish it. I was like, I can't have that around my baby.
Can babies hear?
Sharon says that she ate what she wanted with no regrets. She said, why are you hiding? Appreciate the nice.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm in my
It says they
We're in our
can.
soft
It says
girl
they
era.
can
This
hear.
is the beginning, okay?
It says around
Did
18
you
weeks they can
find
actually hear
that-
in the womb.
Well, that's what they say, but like hear or comprehend, like a little whoosh whoosh.
To hear sound in your body. That must be one, because I remember my aunt saying they used to play music all the time over her belly, and her child is like heavy into music. And it says at 27 to 29 weeks they can hear some sounds outside your body, like your voice.
Yeah, that's what they say. They say to
And then
talk
by
to
the
the
time
belly.
they full term, they will be able to hear about the same level as an adult.
Really?
That's interesting.
That's interesting for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can believe that. I still
Aren't their ears still developing
there's
though?
comprehension though. Huh?
Do we really know? It's who
For
never
real.
ever.
Like
We know they can hear something.
has a baby came out of the womb and said, "This is what I heard." I don't know. Like, has this been confirmed?
I put nothing past nothing, so you just never know.
I think that, if their ears and their eardrums are developed, they can probably hear a lot, but I mean, they're still in your belly surrounded by a bunch of amniotic fluid. Like, how clear can it be? And also the comprehension wouldn't really be
My
there.
stream is off. I think my stream is off. Like, yeah, I think my stuff is not connecting at all.
Okay, let me see if I can log into your thing. Go into your channel.
Oh my gosh, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Status
1.
from Barbados. A.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay,
I
it
had to do
says
it like the last time and just use one of y'all's.
you're live.
North Carolina. What's up, North Carolina? It's just now playing that part.
That is insane. Mine is just completely frozen.
Well, now we know that it might be the thing of Ethernet and using a laptop.
Yeah.
Because my thing literally says no data. And I messaged in the room, is the audio better?
Did anybody say anything?
I don't think they're seeing it. No one responded yet.
Actually, I think your live is frozen.
Yeah, both mine and Grace's live streams are completely frozen.
Okay, so it's frozen but still running.
Yeah, it's still running. It's frozen. They may be able to hear audio.
Okay.
I wonder if I just... See, I already started completely
Yes.
over. I didn't end the stream, but it let me... Okay, I'm going to do it again, y'all. So
Did you end the stream last time?
I did not click on end stream. I just closed the browser.
Okay.
I'm going to do it again. I'm closing the browser.
But it's gonna save the video anyway, so I mean, I don't know if you want the video, but
Stop recording, stop streaming.
okay.
Y'all do what y'all do. Don't mind me. Let me quit OBS.
So
Also quit Safari.
Sia said that I should enjoy it now
We might be
because
taking your video again.
wait, say that again?
We might have to be reposting your video to our channel.
Oh, that's fine. Y'all gonna have to
That's
pay me
fine.
usage rights for that. Just kidding.
Girl.
I was like, wait a minute. Am I giving away my content for free? Yeah, Sia said that
Here she
people
goes.
will definitely dote on you during pregnancy, and then immediately after pregnancy, though, they don't even care about you no more. All they care about is the baby.
They don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, you need to enjoy this, that you're getting all the attention, because literally, you will walk into your house and no one will even say anything to you. Like, you go to your mom's house,
Where's the baby?
she's gonna be like, "Oh, the baby!" Like, no regard to you. And this still happens to my my husband. When we go over his mother's house, she'd be like, "Oh, hi, Dimitri." He'd be like, "Hi, Mom, I'm here." She's like, "I don't nobody care about you. Come here, get my baby."
Damn. Oh, that's insane. We got Ruth from Northway in the building. Sean from Barbados. Keisha from Wilmington. I don't know where Wilmington is. Is that Detroit?
Wilmington. I'm like, Alabama? Hold on. Where is Wilmington?
I don't know where
I'm
Wilmington
thinking of
is.
Birmingham, North Carolina.
Someone said Juju. Juju, I think that's how you say it, right, Juju? I think you did correct me, but I forgot again. She said, if we sign up for Dior, do I get paid for that? If you buy something through the link, then I get a low commission. But other than that, I do it for, I don't know, for my blessings in the other life. DP said, also found out that people were really friendly and people will come up and start conversations. Although one woman did tell her that she had to be careful because her baby was so cute, he might get kidnapped. Damn. That's crazy.
No.
People say the weirdest things.
Them some fighting words.
Right?
So,
First of all,
like, oh, I just want to steal him.
Feel
I just want
him.
to eat him up. I'm like,
no,
I
not
don't like
boo-boo.
that. Like, I know those are just expressions, but I don't like when people are like, oh, just eat him. I'm like, what do you mean?
Too close.
Get your own baby.
Girl.
You just get your own baby. Then you can eat them up and
I
fill
know you
them
think
up.
that's cute, but that's not cute.
So
People got no
violent.
and you know what? My boundaries are strong now, so I just feel like I'm gonna fight people when this baby's here. I'm gonna start fighting people. Like that's it. It's the only way.
You're not gonna fight
Or
people.
I'm gonna just avoid people in general.
Please don't
like,
fight people.
no, I will. And these Haitians, they have no boundaries either. That's what we're not doing. Understanding Life with Mary has a 16-month-old, and while pregnant, she hated being old. She had him last year when she turned 40, and her check engine light was definitely on. Everything older mothers can experience, she did. Whew. You know what? I can't imagine. I know people are having kids like later and later on in life. We think back in the days, I feel like people had kids when they were young, you know, like
They had to.
20 was already an old pregnancy. And now it's later and later.
Life expectancy was like 30.
Oh my God.
I mean, by 15, it was like half their life already.
That's true. So people had like several kids by the time they were 18. Like I feel like my grandma had several kids by the time she was 18.
Mine too.
Yeah, like on my
I
dad's
think-
side, like, she must have been like 20, had like 8 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've decided that my live stream is what it is, and I will fix it for next time. I'm not even stressing about it anymore.
Someone says everyone needs Jen's IT guy. First of all, I am flattered. My IT guy is excuse me.
Her IT guy is invested.
My IT guy is my husband. And we appreciate
I've
him.
restarted. I'm
He's doing what he's
reconnected.
supposed to be doing, taking care of
I've
you.
done all that I could do, y'all. So we're just gonna have to thug the rest out because I'm. As you
Grace,
can see, it's kind of getting me a little
I'm
little
stealing
down,
your
but it's okay.
I'm stealing your followers, Grace. I have P did 2020 came from your live over here because she couldn't with your thing anymore. It's okay, PD. You can come in and sit with us.
That's annoying.
Sean K too. She did the same. It's fine. Ladies, don't let this bring you down. This is the devil trying to tackle us before 2023. And you know what we're gonna do? We're not gonna let him. It's gonna be just fine. We're gonna.
And what's so crazy is I went live yesterday and I had no issues like this. I don't get it. But the devil,
true.
you will
When I
not
go live,
win.
I don't.
You
Yeah, I
will
think it
not
must
win,
be
enemy.
whenever we are all together because I've never had any issues going live.
Is it because we're connecting Discord to OBS to
Discord?
YouTube?
Maybe has something to do with it.
It's a lot.
Taco
going on.
Bell gives me anal Tourette's. Just a lot of uncontrolled. Were y'all talking about Taco Bell?
Taco Bell.
No.
No. Okay, I'm not going to show that comment. Somebody put
Are
a
you
comment
having
talking
any
about
like
Taco.
cravings or anything, Jen?
No, not really. It's actually weird. Well, the first trimester I had like weird cravings, but I think it was because I was so nauseous that I wanted to eat whatever. So I wanted to eat like Haitian food that I haven't had in years. I hated my entire childhood, never wanted to have. That's what I wanted to eat. I wanted like a lot of carb heavy stuff, like fried stuff, a lot of rice. This baby's Haitian as hell. And now it's cool. Like if anything, I feel like I want to eat healthy. Like I want vegetables, and like if I don't have them, then I feel bad. And I think it's because I started eating healthy way before the pregnancy. So like when I don't eat healthy, it makes me feel poor. And now if I don't, then it's like it's hard to digest. I'm like, why did I have this? So I kind of stick with the things that I know I can eat and I can digest. That makes me feel good. That gives me energy. Like I just had some berries. Like, who am I?
I love that
So,
because when I was pregnant, I was like, I have a free pass to eat whatever I want. But for me, I was nauseous the whole time. I threw up the whole time. I
mm,
literally had to be on medication. So I was just like, whatever is in front of me, I need to eat it.
no, no.
If I had to do it again, though,
Is that the
I would go
same?
the
Is that that
responsible
thing
route.
that I hear a lot of a few women actually talk about it on social media. There's like a name for it where you can't
Yeah,
keep anything down at
it
all.
starts with a G, I believe.
That's like
I
a
can't
long
remember.
name.
Yeah, it's really long. Yeah, that was me. I had to be on medication. It was terrible because I was like, wait, I'm finally pregnant, can eat whatever I want. Nobody's judging me, and I can't?
But the
What
more
kind of cruel trick is this?
Speaking of nutrition, y'all, let's talk about what kind of nutritional goals are we setting for 2023, y'all?
well, I gotta
What are your
snap back.
nutritional
So
goals? You said what, Jen?
Operation Snap Back for me is in full effect in a few months. But to be fair, I feel like my nutrition goals will be the same as last year, which is just to be healthy. I think a lot of us aren't mindful of how the system is literally poisoning us. So I want to be mindful of that. Keep eating clean, and by clean I mean avoiding sugars, dairy, gluten. Obviously, I can't drink now, but I don't know. Once I can drink, I'm probably gonna have a glass or two or three. I'm not even gonna lie, but other than that, just being like as healthy as possible. Because I mean, I'm not so mindful of like the weight or anything. I just want my body to be in a healthy state. So I would say those are my nutrition goals, just to feel good in my own skin.
Oh, that's right. No, that's right.
Yeah, I
Same
feel
here.
like
Like, go ahead, Toy.
no, go ahead. You were on a roll.
No, it's okay because I'm actually trying to text in the room too because they're saying some stuff to me, so it's
Mm,
cool. Thank you, everyone, for that.
I've always had a very interesting relationship with food. For me, food is definitely attached to emotion. I'm an emotional eater. I
mm,
eat to celebrate, I eat when I'm sad. Like, it's just something that I didn't realize until much later on in life. And so for me, it's also about tackling that issue, that my connection with certain foods and how it makes me feel. Um, but also recognizing, like, through the years, I've had to really re-educate myself about nutrition and how to eat properly,
yeah.
because it just did not exist for me in that way. I think there's a clear privilege that I have now that I did not have when I was younger. We were eating to survive, not necessarily to be healthy. And so there's a lot of habits that I have to break now as an adult. And just thinking about, even like with going to the gym and things like that, and kind of disconnecting from the exterior um, benefits and really just reconnecting with wellness in a holistic way, mind, body, spirit.
Yeah.
And so that's something that I'm going to be working on this year, is just relearning, recommitting myself to the good habits that I've, developed, and really working on the emotional aspect that I have with food, and trying to rewire it and build up better habits.
Yeah, I agree. And I think for me, like the
Yeah.
education around nutrition, it wasn't even like I needed to like relearn or whatever. I feel like I never really learned about nutrition. It was just, you grew up the way that I ate when I was young was more on the healthy side because I grew up in Haiti and I feel like Haiti isn't pumped with a lot of genetically modified stuff. So we more or less ate like organic is the norm. So we ate
Mm,
real food until
mm,
obviously I moved to the States and that's when things were different and you started eating a bunch of different things. But I feel like I never really had much of an education on what to eat, how to eat, and also eating for a specific goal. Like if, I don't know, you have acne, right? And you're like, okay, I got to eat better Well, if you've been thinking about acne being attached to nutrition, which it is, because a lot of times we're thinking of piling a products on or something. I need a cream for it, which is what I struggled my entire life. I had a lot of hormonal imbalances, but I wasn't even eating in terms of let me eat to balance my hormones. You were just like, of course, food is food. You eat to survive. You eat for comfort. You eat for so many different things versus eating for health. So when I started thinking about it differently, like, what am I experiencing and what food can do for me that way, then it became easier to kind of rewire my mindset and like how I viewed food in general and how it's supposed to make you feel good and healthy and great, and you're supposed to feel energized after you eat, not sluggish or I don't know, the itis or whatever. So I just had like to learn about nutrition, period.
Yeah, I think my journey with food, as well, I was a emotional eater, um, and it like I don't know. At one point in time, especially like in high school, because I was growing up, I was always an obese, overweight for my age or whatever. But I was really actually overweight. But I used to use food as like my friend, so I just hung out with it all the time. And it's kind of got to a place. It got to a place where that signal that, oh, you're full. I just stopped listening to it, and it stopped sounding off. So that kind of also added to one of the things I kept on being bullied for when I was younger. So when high school came around, I want to say maybe 11th grade, that's when I lost all the weight. But I didn't lose. Well, I lost weight. Well, no, actually, I did. I lost quite a bit of weight that summer, and I didn't lose it in a healthy way though. So it went away real fast. Definitely put my life at risk just to lose all that weight because what I had, all those insecurities that was just steady talking to me. And I remember the bus driver was just like, it was like, so my name, y'all know me by Grace, but my other name is also Bola. So back then they'll call me Bala, which is actually the wrong way to say my name, but nonetheless, they'll call me Bala. So I remember I got on the bus and it was just like, Bala? I was like, hi, what was the bus driver's name? I think it was, let's just call her Mrs. H. Hi, Miss H. Bala? I was like, yes, it's me. Because I like literally lost like 2 people. Basically, that's how much weight I lost. And
Oh,
she
she
was
didn't
like,
recognize you.
at all, at all.
Wow.
Even when I got back, like there was one bully name I remember. His name was Jonathan, or is Jonathan. And when I got back, he didn't recognize. He's just like, they used to call me Big Big Bala. That was a song. It was like big, that song Big Tonka, Big Big Bala. So that's kind of the crap they'll say. When I got back, he was just like, "You're not Bala. Where's Bala?" I was like, "It's me." He was like, "I guess I can't sing that song no more." I said, "Well, you shouldn't have sang it back then either." But we moved forward, and it was just like they really just didn't recognize it at all. But they also was just like, "But are you okay?" Because again, I lost the weight, not like in a healthy way, so I looked sickly, and it was just like, okay. But to me, I'm just like, I lost the weight, but from that, I want to say like it wasn't until my adult age when I started to understand actual nutrition, like the healthy way to eat, what to eat, a relationship with food. Basically, it became a lot healthier for me as I got older.
Yeah.
But prior to, it was not healthy. It was just something I would eat in excess and I wouldn't have a stop button. And then when I did go too far, I took unhealthy outlets to take it out, basically. So I had an eating disorder growing up. And then it was when I got into my, I want to say, late 20s. That's when I started basically feeling like the abuse I'm doing to my body, God forbid it affects me when I get older, right? So things started changing mentally and emotionally for me to where I was like, I want to stop abusing my body in this way. So that's when I started realizing, okay, what do you actually like to eat? Like I had to reteach myself, what do you like? And that's when I became like pescatarian for a while because I realized I like seafood a lot. Not a big fan of beef. Not the biggest fan. Even though I grew up on all this, I grew up on goat meat, grew up on beef, grew up on cow leg, all that kind of stuff. Pork. Well, not really so much pork, but goat meat, beef, all of that. Especially cow leg. Ooh, cow leg in the stew. Ooh, the Nigerian stew. Just not on regular stew. Gotta be Nigerian stew. So good. You said what? Cow leg, girl. Like pig. I think y'all call it pig feet, but it's made out of, it's the cow leg. Yes, it's
I
like this
don't.
gooey.
I'm not a
So
Southern
good.
cuisine kind of.
Yeah, it's so good.
The chitlins and the pig feet and the turkey
Oh
neck
no,
and all
God forbid
that. I
chitlins. God forbid chitlins. Oh, I don't see how they. Oh,
But you think
but
about
no,
like the
yeah. So when
food.
I
no. So what is it? Wait, hold on. I just have to pause because obviously, like I'm American, and I just would like to know: is it just the flavoring to the stew? Because
yes.
how are you eating the leg? Like I'm confused.
It's
Like
So
everything.
we call it cow leg, but let me get the actual name. Hold on. I always knew it as cow leg, but let me see what cow leg meat. Yeah, that's cow. So yeah, it's literally leg.
I'm like, maybe it's the thigh part, or is it the actual like?
So the cows is the cow's entire hind leg, which includes the butt, ham, and thigh. It's known as the beef round. That's the other term for it. And it was always so good. It was, oof, that thing be good, especially because it soaks up the seasoning of that stew very well. Mm.
I have a really
But
good I have a really good question that came through that I want to read out to you guys from Renee, because y'all know Renee's the goat. She
Renee,
said, what would be the first step towards removing things that aren't healthy from your diet when that's all you know? Most of the healthy food I've had is not tasty. Who wants to take it?
what would be the what? The first thing.
The first step towards removing things that aren't healthy from your diet when that's all you know. Most of the healthy foods that we have, or that she's had, is not tasty.
So I can totally relate to that. I think for me, what it was when I made a decision. And what I mean by that is the way I made this decision was that there's no option of going back. Almost like you have decided you would never do crack, right? Even if it's around you, you like, but there's no way, I just can't do it. Like, there's no way I can ever get myself to do crack. That's how I started looking at when I started changing my relationship with food. I'm like, there's no way I want to keep on eating like this. Like, to go back and keep on eating the hot chips or all the foods that we know the government makes super cheap for us, but it's very unhealthy for us. I'm like, I don't want this to be I don't want this to be my predominant diet. And it was growing up. So I was just like, so now what can I do? So I just started taking healthy foods and started cooking it the way I was cooking stuff before. So like, what I mean by that is like I would just season the heck out of it. Like if I let someone else cook, well, when you eat healthy food from other people, it's kind of like, oh, okay, it's all right. But you like, I need a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So I guess as someone who does like to cook, I think the best way for us to kind of go about it is season that mug to your tasting, So that's kind of how I go about it. I just make sure that whatever seasonings I use, I also try to use a healthier version of the seasoning. But if I'm not using a healthier version of the seasoning, I'm not restricting myself that much. I'm already having a healthy food item. Let me also not restrict myself with the seasoning, because then it really won't be tasty and I won't be able to sustain that.
Yeah.
So
I agree with what you said in terms of you can still season your food. Because, I mean, when you think about, like, I don't know, I guess I'm Haitian, so, again, we'll eat very similarly to how you were talking about, Grace, with the type of the food that we cook. But seasoning is still seasoning. And, like, it's hard for me to eat something that's bland, chicken that's just, how the whites be seasoning it. I can't. Like, it doesn't go down. But if I still put seasoning in it in terms of, like, herbs, I feel like you can't go wrong with herbs just because herbs are herbs. You can get better quality, of course, but herbs are still herbs. And I also think, for me, it started by removing the things that were causing inflammation, digestive issues, and all of that, hormonal issues, period. So, like I said, dairy, gluten, sugar were the main things for me. So I completely cut those out. So it's a matter of not even finding alternatives. It's just eating whatever's left. You can still eat your carbs. You can still eat, I don't know, you can still make like stew, which I like. As long as it's whole foods and it's coming from either a tree or the earth, or it's just like in its natural form, for me, it's fine. It's the modified stuff, it's the genetically modified stuff, the things that are filled with preservatives, gums that comes in a can that just never expire, Those are the things that I
Yeah.
completely removed and cut out, and like ate things that looked real, that are real, that came from Mother Nature. So that's how it started for me. And I think, again, seasoning is still important. Like, I still season my food, and I just try to get better alternatives, especially when it comes to oils as well. Like, Haitians cook with a lot of oils, but cooking with olive oil is actually not good for you. Like, heating up olive oil, which my entire life, get extra virgin olive oil. That's what you cook with. But heating olive oil is actually not good. Avocado oil is better for heating because it has a higher heating point. So again, it's a little bit more expensive. So I do what I can. Maybe I'll get avocado oil, maybe I won't. But it's about substituting what's right and taking out what's not, or using it in the right way. Olive oil is fine if you're drizzling it on a salad, but if you're heating it up or frying stuff in it, it's not good. And frying stuff in general is not good.
Yeah, I think that there's so many substitutes these days to help people along. Um, I'm a bit more of like a hmm. Like what has worked for me in the past, honestly, was incorporating juices into my morning routine, like raw juices. Um, because what I'm finding is like the more that I sort of like inundate myself with these sort of like raw ingredients, they may not taste like that great, but eventually my palate kind of starts to shift
Yeah.
and I'm not as dependent on salt. I feel like there's a lot of people who can kind of cut sugar out and be like, okay, processed foods, et cetera. But salt is something that's so heavy, at least in my diet growing up, that it's almost like things don't taste right unless they're salty. And so for me, what I've started to do is like essentially find alternatives for salt, like vinegar or lemon, something that still has that same kind of bite but is not salt. Um, so it seems like everybody has like certain things that they struggle with, but I know
Yeah.
for me, even when I'm eating healthy, it's like I still want to over season with salt.
Yeah. And that's actually, I want to take a comment here too that someone says, coming from Maya. She was like, what people think is tasty is actually the sugar in the food. So it's best to do your own cooking. I completely agree with that. A, doing your own cooking because you
Yeah.
know exactly what's in the food and how it's prepared. And B, they put sugar in everything. Like, I think I watched a documentary the
Yeah.
other day where they talked about there's a level of sugar that they add in food that just makes us feel happy. So it's almost like addictive. And it's in everything. You can get salty chips and it has sugar in it. And it's like, why is it even
Yeah,
here? Why, and
literally
it's,
condiments.
yeah, and it's in everything. And to piggyback off what you were saying, Toya, salt technically isn't bad for us. And I'm talking about real salt, like Celtic salt, sea salt, or Himalayan salt. It has a bunch of other
Mhm.
minerals and that's good for us, that fuels the
Yeah.
body. But table salt, which is why what's everywhere, what's in a lot of the seasonings that we buy as well, that's what's not bad for us. So ingesting a lot of table salt has an adverse reaction in the body versus
Mhm.
Himalayan or Celtic salt. Again, they're more expensive. Table salt is literally like 99 cents, and Himalayan salt is like $7. So then you got
Mhm.
to make these decisions. And I think, like you said as well, Toya, it's a mindset shift. Like, once you start eating things that fuel your body, you start getting used to that, and then you start realizing how the other stuff made you feel. So it's like a palate cleanser. You got to readjust your palate to eating real food versus a bunch of
Yeah.
sugar or salt or processed food.
Yeah. Animated Moi, she said that moving to the States has definitely changed a lot of families across the diaspora. Yeah, like I hear, a lot of people who live in other countries, you guys have such access to like, or like you literally have fruits growing in your backyard, like trees, orange, like I don't know what kind of trees, but like all of these different fruits and stuff that are just ingrained in a part of your culture. You're allowed to be farmers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like in the United States, we get so heavily scrutinized. Even a couple of years ago, someone was created their own irrigation system so that they didn't have to pay for um water. It was something like that, and they were creating kind of like their own like solar power and things like that. And they
Oh,
they I think they almost went to jail because it was like stealing
that's not cool.
something that's a free
Really?
resource. Yeah, there's definitely a few stories out there about people trying to kind of mine their own resources and getting in trouble with the government over it, getting in trouble with the state. And it's almost like they want us to be hooked onto these like processed packaged
Oh yeah,
foods,
for sure.
But they do, a
because it
hundred
all rolls
percent.
into
They do. They do.
They
They
do.
definitely do.
It's like
They structure in that way.
being sick doesn't make I mean, being healthy doesn't make the system any kind of money. It's when you're sick and spending a bunch of money into the system. That's exactly what they want. They want you to get all these medication. Doctors are what. I mean, you guys. I'm sure you guys have noticed. You go to the doctors for something, they're not trying to cure nothing. They're just trying to prescribe you some medication, which has some other side effect, and then another medication for the side effect, to the side effect, to the side effect. It's like a vicious, endless cycle.
Strictly those doctors who, yeah, strictly those doctors who use this Western medicine for sure. First
Yeah.
thing they do is push a pill. Like, no, I think it's just my nail. Okay, let me go ahead and just prescribe this. But remember, this has this side effect. So take this
Yeah.
for that side effect. This
Yeah.
has that side effect. Now take this. What? We don't get out my face, please. But
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. It's created so that everyone makes money except for the patient itself.
Yeah, the
That's it.
patient itself is spending a lot of
You are
money,
the better.
and that's where sometimes, like I posted a video about nutrition during Vlogmas, which I think you guys should go watch it. Okay, no, go watch it. And some people were putting, well, there's like a few people that responded to a comment, and the original person said something about when we talk about nutrition, it's a bit of a privilege thing to say because a lot of people can't afford the food and it's more expensive. Like I said, Himalayan salt is more expensive than say table salt, etc. But I think about it, I'm like, that is true, but it's also considering what is your health worth? What are you worth? Because when you're sick and spending a bunch of money into the system or living in a hospital, that I don't know, like that is pretty pricey to me. Thinking versus trying to make better decisions and choices with the food that you're eating on a day to day, which is what's going to heal you, which is what's going to make you feel better. So it's like a catch-22. Like I get it. A lot of people don't have the money to spend on say organic fruits or whatever. And I'm not even talking organic. I just feel like as long as you're eating real food, whole food versus stopping by McDonald's every day or whatever, you're still spending money when you're buying fake food. That like you just gotta allocate the money properly so that you are able to eat better quality food in general. So I don't know. I just
That comment too. I saw that comment on your page, and I like what someone said in rebuttal to it, saying that even if you did grow up without, or even if you don't have access to these, like you said, the organic foods that cost a little bit more, you still have access to fruits and vegetables.
yeah.
Like someone who also grew up similar, like we didn't have the most money, but we got the frozen fruits,
Yeah.
frozen vegetables that, yeah, they might not be straight out like the most organic, but they're definitely better than the hot Cheetos or all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff that we kept on eating. The hot dogs that hot dogs is not even a real meat. It's like all the stuff that we know is cheaper to buy. You actually have other stuff you can buy instead. Not as tasty. You can make it tastier. Takes a little more effort, but nonetheless, the fruits and vegetables is even there for like the families that, like she said, just can't get the organic. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. But there's still healthy options.
Healthier
Even if you go to
options.
McDonald's, you don't have to get the Big Mac. They have other options on there too.
Yeah.
But we like the stuff that they pump up with MSG and all the other kind of crap that make it super tasty.
That's what you want.
I agree with that because that's exactly what I was going to say. Like my husband and I, we will like experiment with all different ways of eating, from like Dr. Sebi and like alkaline to keto to just whole food diet. Like I've tried a lot of different things, trying to kind of like figure this out for myself. And the one thing that I can say across the board is that fruits and vegetables are actually quite cheap.
Yeah.
I think that like fruits and vegetables are literally one of the cheapest things you get if you're not going organic. What ends up making things expensive is meat.
Yeah.
Meat in general does so. Cutting down on your meat intake will definitely help. Um, And honestly, I love going to other YouTube channels or, social media and looking at people who have like different lifestyles, like vegan people know how to season. If you need to learn how to season something, there's a girl, sweet potato soul. Like, I love her channel. She's black. She grew up, on soul food, and she's vegan, and she definitely understands like the taste palette. There are a lot of people, vegans in particular, the ones who really cook. I've yet to have a vegan um, dish that didn't taste good. They put so many like herbs and things in there. Like, I mean, I'm sure it exists, but the people who are like popular, I feel like they really figured it out.
Oh, I just searched her up, sweet potato soul, and oh my god, immediately subscribing.
Yeah. Yeah, she makes like soul food vegan and whole foods and things like that. Like, I really enjoy her content.
Yeah. And someone put a little tip, said Korean markets have some great produce at low prices, coming from Karen. And Maya said that Aldi, I'm not familiar with Aldi, but I'm assuming that's a store in the States, has affordable
Yeah.
food options. You don't necessarily have to go to full Whole Foods. Honestly, I don't know who is shopping at Whole Foods.
Don't do that. I shop at Whole Foods. Mm-mm.
Don't do that. But yeah, it's about making these better choices. And like Grace said, you got to make that decision for yourself. Like, I am making a choice to eat healthier, to support my body. So you're going to make the necessary choices. And it's also very important to plan ahead, I find. Because if I wait till I'm hungry, ooh, I can't be held responsible for my choices.
I think it
Meal
also
prep.
matters like what you consistently consume as well. Because remember, these food places, they are really good at oh dang, sorry. They're really good at commercials and making the food look so good to where it stimulates your mind. And some of y'all probably done left your house after watching a commercial and like, you know what, I want one of those. And you drove, used gas to go and get it. So it's like
No,
you have
we
to be
just
mindful of that too. Huh?
Postmates and Uber Eats has already solved that problem.
I'm just saying, like, you have to be mindful of that too, because it's like, you think to yourself, why do I always be craving a Big Mac? Because you probably saw the commercial and they make it look so glistening, so good. Even though it might not look like that in real life, but they spray it with some stuff to make it look so attractive. And that stays in your brain. It stays in your mind. And so when you're out and about minding your business, next thing you know, you're craving that very thing instead of the salad that they never promote in commercials.
Exactly. You never see them. All you see is the deep fried, and like they zoom into the burger. The meat is like falling
Exactly.
apart. And you're like, oh my God, I really
The
want.
oil's still sizzling on there. The oil's still like, wait, what?
Yeah, no. It's not. They don't
Experience.
promote a healthy lifestyle. They really don't. It's
Have
actually
you
it's
guys?
crazy.
And the
That's
crazy
your
thing
goal.
is, like, being on the actor side of things, they do not cast people that actually eat that food on a regular basis. And what I mean is commercials want to cast people who are fit, who look good eating their stuff. They're not casting the person that eats fast food every single day unless it's a funny commercial and they're trying to make fun of a situation. Like, look at the people who are eating this food in the commercial. They look very healthy, they
Yeah.
look pretty fit.
Yeah, they don't even eat
That's
that
who
food.
they're casting.
That just reminded me of the what is it, the relaxer
You don't really
commercials from back in the
include the
day.
commercial. Yep.
Yeah, where they had a bunch of little girls. Oh my God, I love my hair. But really, they don't even use relaxers. But then they had us putting that chemical all up in our scalp.
Yes.
Even some of
I
those
did
who
a
do the
video
food
about
commercials,
that.
sometimes they don't even actually eat the food itself. They just hold it to
Oh
the
yeah,
mouth.
no.
They act like they're eating it. They pretend they chew it, but they spit it out right after they say cut. I've seen a video about that. I'm like, oh my God, so
Oh,
you don't even eat it your
really?
damn self.
You mean they won't even eat a
Yeah,
bite?
it depends. It depends because sometimes you do so many takes that you literally can't eat anymore. So some people actually will, and some people are just like, absolutely not.
Someone said if you are going to eat meat, make sure it's organic and quality. And my trainer is always on me about that. And I kind of, I'm the person that I get what I can afford, but I'm mindful, like, okay, when I make more money, I definitely want to get like more organic meats, etc. Or I just don't eat a lot of meat to begin with. But like I see how it's being treated and the chemicals that they put in it, and how like from how the animal itself is being pumped with these chemicals, and then obviously it gets into the meat, and that's what we're eating. And honestly, that makes me want to go, I don't want to say vegetarian, but it's like I want to make these better choices to get more like organic meats, etc. Because it's treated so poorly, and it really starts from there. It starts from the quality of the food that we're eating, and that's what's affecting us. And a lot of us want long hair, beautiful skin, long nails, etc. But we're not realizing that all of that comes from what we're putting in our body, not what we're spraying on our hair.
I would like to kind of witness and like talk to someone who, has a family and is trying to kind of like shift the family, because I find for me, like I can do things, I can go cold turkey myself and I can like, do all these things, but I have a little one and I have a husband and they have different diets sometimes, and then I kind of will fall right back in. And especially like having a kid, and it's our fault. It's really it's the parents' fault, or your child being used to processed foods, right? Like, so I take 100% full responsibility that my son loves peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Okay, so I was watching this documentary. I think it was like, I don't think it was What the Health, but it could have been. It's one of those kind, right? And they were basically saying, like, it was a family who had a bunch of families who had little kids who they were trying to shift them over to healthier eating, not just eating the chicken nuggets and everything. And there was a couple kids who lasted like 7 days. They weren't eating anything. They were having temper tantrums, and the families really just had to wait it out to the point where the kids got so hungry they were willing to eat anything. And that's how they had to start them on a healthier. It's really truly an addiction.
Yeah.
And I find it very difficult for me to. What were we saying?
No, go ahead.
No, like I find it very difficult, like when you have a family and like everyone wants to eat different things, like trying to control myself, but then also shifting, like trying to, like, hey guys, let's eat more of this,
Yeah. But I wonder, like for me, I find that I don't have kids yet. I mean, she does. My the baby doesn't have a say yet, but I wonder, like with nutrition, any extremes seems to not be sustainable. I at least I find for me, like I went vegan years ago, and I was vegan for like 2 years and then went back, and like I find anything that's like extreme doesn't stick long term, at least like lifelong. But now what I do is just, I just eat whole food. So it's not like I'm vegetarian or vegan or anything like that. It's more like real food. So I wonder with a family, when you have little ones, etc., how that works with say not going the extremes, like we're cutting out meat or we're cutting out chips and whatever. We're just more incorporating the good stuff and kind of fade out the stuff that you don't want to eat per se, like slowly, and see how that works out. I wonder if like a slow transition to like a whole food diet would work best versus trying to cut something in and out, especially when it comes to kids, because I can imagine your son is probably like, I don't want this. What is that? Like, no. So I gotta wonder if like
that's kind of what my sister and my sister-in-law and a few friends, they kind of, actually talking about my sister-in-law, because they started when they was younger, so like she kept it so that they didn't really get introduced to those type of addictive foods until way later on, right? Like my niece never tasted soda until she was like 10 years old. So they was quite, I guess, like more like intentional about it, even though The kids will cry, throw the temper tantrums, but she never gave in. So, but her ignoring skills is like superb. I'm like, girl, teach me the ways. Because, like, as soon as I hear because my niece's name is Zara, I was like, when I hear Zara crying, I'm like, let me just give her. It's like, no,
Right.
Yeah.
do not do that. She will be okay. She will get past this stage. I'm like, I'm doing this for her. I'm like, dang, let me have that same emotional strength because I'm already like, what do you want? So, but yeah, and then I have some other friends who they did the transition, but it was hard. It was difficult. They gave in a few times, but I think one of them said that they just realized that the child, I might hear them crying, it might hurt me to hear them do it, but I know they're going to eventually stop crying and they will eventually eat this, especially if they have no choice. They're not cooking their own food. They're going to eat what I put in front of their table, in front of their faces. And I just have to make it fun. So they, like you said, they try to incorporate it in a way that they might not even realize how much healthy stuff they're actually eating because it still tastes really good.
Yeah, and I've seen there's an Instagram account that I follow. I think she's vegan, but what she does is she's like, this is how I get my toddler to eat more vegetables, and she'll like blend them up with like the sauces for, say, if she's making pasta, so it's like the vegetables is blended in there. And even I'm like, oh my god, I want to taste that. Like, that looks good. So I don't know. I wonder if that's, there's like tricks to kind of blend it in.
Yeah. So for us, one of his favorite things is to eat is spaghetti. Now, I wanted to kind of go back because we keep saying Whole Foods, and I don't think that there's a lot of people who genuinely don't know what Whole Foods are. Like examples of Whole Food.
Okay.
Pasta is not really a whole food. It's processed, right?
Yeah.
But rice, technically, look up rice. There's a lot of carbohydrates that are not. So it's like what is found in nature.
So I guess the real definition of whole foods is food that's been processed or refined as little as possible. So
yes,
I would consider rice to be okay just because well, I guess it depends. It's ironically enough, white rice is better than brown because brown's a little bit more processed. And you think of your fruits, your vegetables, your nuts. I guess meat technically isn't processed, but I mean, it depends on it. Like chicken nuggets is hella processed, but like the real meat that came from the animal is okay. But the issue with meat is how the animals are being raised and treated and etc. So they have their own issue when it comes to that. What else? What are some good examples of whole foods? So basically, I just try to. I think about it like, did that come from a tree? Did that come from the earth? And is it in the how it originally looked? Does it still look like that? If it's like completely different, like pasta, it's been refined. They added stuff to it. Like you turn and you read the ingredients in the back, and it's like a bunch of stuff that you're just like, what is that? You can't even pronounce this, and they put gums and preservatives and this, and those are the things I try to stay away from.
Yeah, typical pasta. There's definitely pasta that's made out of like.
There's brown rice pasta. Yeah,
there's that was exactly. And that's where it would come to us, like trying to take the food that he loves and make it healthier. Yeah. So like we know that he loves pasta, so we've like ground spinach into the sauce and like sometimes a little bit of like sweet potato, things like that, to kind of give it that girth. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I've seen that we've tried to incorporate, but it's, I do feel like the training a lot of times is for the parents, not even necessarily the kids,
Yeah.
Very, very true. Yeah. Very, very true.
But it's difficult.
Training. Yep, speaking of training. So since this whole gathering is 2023 planning, for me, as far as like, since we're on the topic of health and training, one goal for me in 2023 is to actually train for my very first marathon. Hopefully that's one thing I'm trying to get on the list. I don't know which one I'm going to do, but I just got a few to choose from. So yeah, I want to train for my first marathon. So
Good job, Grace. We're gonna root for you.
Yeah.
And y'all, Grace
You know,
is like
even
hella
if
active.
it's a walking one.
Okay,
if it's a walk and run, I'm cool with that.
Okay, first of all,
That's cool.
let's not start belittling it. Even if a marathon's a marathon, okay, and we out here cheering for you. And Grace is so active, like with CrossFit. I have no worry that you're gonna excel at this.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
What
are some things y'all
I have to read a funny comment. I know I should probably go into.
Sorry, you said what?
I should go into 2023 goals, but I'm gonna read this comment because it's too funny. Animated Moi said, "When people tell her that they don't eat vegetables or drink water, she cut them off."
Listen,
it's like I just don't need that bad juju in my life.
Influence you to eat the wrong things, absolutely. But
it's a red flag. Like, what are you drinking? What are you eating if you don't eat vegetables or drink water?
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I could not. I gotta have that at least sometimes, every day.
Like sometimes you'll have a plate of food and it's like, heavy, carb heavy or deep fried something, and you're done and you're like, oh, this is gonna hit the spot. But then you're like, I really could use some vegetables with this. Like how you just like, never, I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what about y'all?
Training.
Like, are there any competitions or big projects you challenge yourself to do this year? Health-wise, since we're talking about food and nutrition.
Well, for me, post delivery, I guess, post labor, I want to be strict with my diet once again. And it'll be same thing, cutting out sugar, gluten. Well, I guess I'm not going to be drinking alcohol. And there's one more. Dairy. Dairy's a big one for me. I realize now how hard dairy hits me. Although I love me a good mac and cheese, I can't no more. So it's going to be consistent with nutrition and also consistent with getting, when obviously the doctor clears it all out and I'm good to go, being consistent with working out. So I probably won't train for something per se in terms of like a marathon, Grace, but the baby will be my marathon. But I want to go get back into... Say that again?
I said, your baby really will. Your baby will have you running everywhere.
Right?
Okay, that's the marathon for sure.
How many days can you go without sleep?
Okay. Let's see.
Let's see. And just be consistent with training again. So I used to do 4 times a week. And it's been difficult lately. And like sometimes I do get my workouts in, but I'm not very consistent. So it's going to be back to being consistent working out and consistent with eating clean. That's my goal. Health-wise.
I agree. I have similar goals. Like I already talked about like trying to incorporate new habits to replace my bad ones. And yeah, like my goal is to be active every day. I want to be active. I don't necessarily like, I used to love like HIIT workouts. I have a couple issues with my knees now. So for me, it's like at least walking, at least strength training, at least stretching. Like I need to be active every day because and it's not even necessarily about just my body and how I want to look. It's really, and it's not even just like the endorphins that you get and things. For me, I actually have more mental clarity when I work out and I'm able to release tension, because what I've noticed this year for like the past 6 months, I haven't been as active. And because of that, I have a lot of pent up energy, which then transforms itself to anxiety. And so I noticed that when I'm more active, I can clear my head and kind of release some of that frantic energy. And so for me, that's what it's about.
No, it's serious. Like physical health and mental health is all connected. And I don't think we realize, like when I started like training consistently, which it was for the wrong purpose. I wanted abs. Okay. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get my abs this summer. Newsflash, I know I don't have abs. But that's how it started, and I realized how it was teaching me different things. It was teaching me about discipline and patience, and still training even if you're not motivated. And mentally, it was changing my mindset just around how to attain a goal versus what I thought, working out was gonna do to my body, because you don't even see the difference for like at least 3 months first of all, but you gotta like keep pushing and keep going through the process. So, and you just feel, like you said, feel so much better mentally, and just mental health wise. So yeah, physical health is so important, and I don't think we put enough emphasis on it, because then it's like training your body and your mind at the same time.
Facts. Physical health, and still part of that nutritional part too, because I read in a couple of like um articles that how sugar really adds to like anxiety or
Yeah.
clogging your mind, fogging your mind, and you don't
Yeah.
realize it's that sweet stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm
like
like,
when we have a
dang,
poor diet, you're missing so many vital vitamins and minerals that are going to help support your brain health and your mental health. So being deficient in your diet, and by eating all the stuff, that the poison basically that they're pumping us with, you're doing your entire system such a great dishonor. That's the real
true.
self care for me.
Right.
That's where it comes in. People are like, self care
Yeah,
is buying products and buying stuff or
it's
putting
absolutely
things in the
not.
body, but the real self care is taking care
Not
of
just that.
the body from the inside out.
So true. So true. Because I know when I'm like, and I say to myself, I know it's hard just to go like cold turkey or to even like start that transition. But it's like I said, I try to have this mindset of, but I have no choice. I have to, I'm gonna have to eat healthier a lot more than I eat the pleasurable foods, or start thinking of healthy foods as pleasurable. It's a
Yeah.
mindset shift too, because
Mm.
broccoli can be pleasurable, depends on how I cook it. Kale can be pleasurable, depends on how I cook it.
Yeah.
And I always feel a lot more better after eating some kale chips than I do versus Ruffles cheddar cheese. Okay, so
Mm.
it's like it's just that shift. And
Yeah.
then if you really think about it, like I had to step back and be like, what is it that I find myself craving and giving into and eating all the time? Because that's almost like it's almost like it just has some kind of control over me, like an idol, like a little small god, because I consistently bow down to whatever that item is. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I want to stop giving it power. So for me, I kept on talking about it, but it was Cheetos hot chips. I
Oh,
love that thing.
me
Okay.
too. Those
Hot
hot Cheetos,
Cheetos. Yeah.
crunchy,
Hot
spicy.
Cheetos, baby.
Yes, girl, it hit the
Yeah.
spot every time. Even right now, I'm not even gonna lie.
Every.
If you give me a bag of hot Cheetos, I'm fudging it up.
Done. It's murdered. And I was like, why do you keep on eating? I said, because it's so good. I'm like, but it's
uh,
not good. It's not even
addictive.
real food. Girl. So I just had to be like the things that I find myself. And then another craving for me was always Girl Scout cookies, the lemonade one, the mint, and the I think those main two. And I was just like, I gotta stop giving this stuff so much power.
Yeah.
It's not helping me. It helps my taste buds, but that immediately goes away, and what I'm left with is this aches, pains, and all this other kind of
Yeah.
crap that comes out from eating this fake food.
And you just feel so empty, and you feel worse later on, and you don't sleep well. All of these things are connected. But shout out to Carolyn. Carloine. Sorry, girl. I am completely butchering your name, but she sent a super chat through. Woo woo. Thank you, girl, for supporting.
Hey.
There's a lot of comments coming through in the chat about just nutrition. It's actually I find it interesting how a lot of us are invested in nutrition. We have Vicky Fox, who wants to make healthier choices, but what she realized, she loves healthy food, dislike most junk food, but it's about, like you were talking, Grace, not falling through for the convenience of eating and stress eating, because she never reaches for broccoli when she's conveniently eating, or eating for convenience, or eating for stress. So it's quick and easy to just find something that's already prepackaged in a bag, and I feel like by design it's set up that way for us to reach for convenience, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can just go to a store and pick up
How the store is
something.
laid out, it
Go,
literally is set up that way.
Can I just
yeah.
can I just like add some things to the list that's helping me, that's been helping myself and my husband? First of all, getting an air fryer.
I have one. I bought a
Air
new one too.
fryer honestly makes me want to eat vegetables. I air fry all my vegetables now, and I love how crunchy it is, like roasted on the outside, like it just and it locks in the flavor on the inside, and you really don't need a lot of seasoning. Love how air fryer makes my stuff taste. And you use minimal oil, which is really nice. And dehydrating fruit, so good.
Wait,
Using
are
your
you?
air fryer,
Wait a minute. You're dehydrating your fruits in the air fryer?
yes, it has a dehydration knob to it. I have the one that has the double drawers, and you can do a lot of things. But dehydrating apples tastes so good, you guys. You don't need dehydrating strawberries. It's sweeter than candy,
But I
and
wonder.
it's just strawberry.
I hate to be.
Another, if you don't have an air fryer or you don't want to get one, you can also put like strawberries in the oven and like bake them. If you are someone who has like a sweet tooth, I'm telling you guys, put them, and then even when they're warm, it's so sweet.
That's interesting.
So
I've never
like
done that before.
it's so good, it's so sweet, and it's a great substitute. Obviously, you're gonna lose some of that nutritional value, but I feel like it's way better than like going to go get candy. Because I have an extreme sweet tooth as well, and I just it saves me.
So I saw this video on TikTok. So I always start the sentence with that just to paint the picture that I don't know how credible this information is. And it was around. I don't have an air fryer, but I considered getting one. And it was around air fryers and how they have been marketed as being healthy for us, but not necessarily true. Because they were comparing basically air fried food to fried food, deep fried food. And I don't know, they were measuring some components that I've never really heard of, so I don't really know. But it's like this thing's supposed to cause cancer. And turns out air fried food had more of that compound in it than if you were to deep fry the food. So ever since then, it stayed in my mind. Sorry?
I said interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I don't know how credible this information is, but it was like this scientific study or whatever on TikTok. And ever since then, I wonder, I'm like, is air frying actually healthier, a healthier option? Because I don't know. But someone did love your idea because they said Trader Joe's sells dehydrated watermelon chips. And they look crazy, but taste really, really good.
Yeah. I think dehydrated fruit, however you go about getting it, it's so good. It's such a good substitute to candy if you have a sweet tooth like that. Yeah, I would want to look more into that because I know that there's also a lot of studies with like microwaves versus gas stoves versus electric stoves, things like that. And so I feel like it always feels like there's always something. You know what I mean? There's always something. And you know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, well then what's better? At this point, breathing air is bad at this point with as much pollution as we have. So I'm just kind of like,
What's the lesser of the two evils?
You think about it, the air
like,
fryers are just like the oven
like,
anyway.
Say that again, Grace?
Air fryers are just like ovens for the most part. It's like a little miniature oven. But it's just, I think ovens, their heat is directly onto the food, and air fryers just circulated around the food. What makes the air fryer a slight, just like barely, just a slight better option is that there's some air fryers you don't need to add any oils to whatever you put inside of it. It'll still fry it as if you used oils. So I think that's what kind of makes it a little bit healthier than, or quote unquote healthier than the other option. Because like with ovens, you end up putting like a little bit of oil on top of what you drizzle some oil on top and so forth. Well, with air fryers, I literally put same thing. I put my vegetables in there. Last time I had some sweet potato fries. I put nothing, just straight from the frozen, straight into the air fryer, and it fried it without me having to give it from any help with any oils. So I think that's kind of what makes it slightly a little bit healthier or a better option to cook your foods.
Yeah, someone just said that as well in the chat. They said, PD 2020 said the air fryer food can be bad if you're using food already saturated with unhealthy oils, like French fries. I mean, French fries is bad for you all around. We already know that. So no matter how you try to cook it, it's just gonna be bad. So that makes sense, Grace. It's just a healthier way of an alternative, I
Your
guess, where you can
potatoes.
use less oils and, like you said, you can just air fry food, I guess, which I'm very interested.
That is fast. So the reason why I mentioned it too is because where a lot of people, including myself, gets like caught up is snacking.
Hmm.
If you're a snacker, if you're someone who needs to have something quickly, um, air fryers really do cut the time in half, like by a third.
I find
You
it's
could be
overall
eating and
difficult to have healthy snacks in general.
it's just about prepping, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, if I can prep a good snack for me, and I know that like, you know, like fruits and stuff is like you cut it, it starts going brown, so maybe not that. But like if you're gonna roast some vegetables or like make your own sushi rolls or whatever it is that you want to make, like I think meal prep is really gonna be the key for me. And I'm a leftover eater person. There's some people who don't eat leftovers, they don't like food that's been sitting there, whatever. I don't know. If I don't have to cook it, I can just eat it. I'm good.
Me too, girl.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
think another thing is making sure that you just don't keep that kind of stuff around you. Like we all know our weaknesses. Like me, I try to kid myself. It was like, during the girl, I'm going back to the Girl Scout cookies again. It was like, I'm supporting my friend's daughters. Let me just get a couple of boxes. I can keep them in my cupboard. I'll be okay. I have that control. It's okay.
no,
Girl, what?
no,
Not
no.
that
We all
that
we all
out.
think we have
Like,
self control, but until you get
exactly.
the
I
thing.
said I lack self control to look at that and not eat
Yeah.
like one or two. You might start off one or two. Next thing I know, I ate a whole
You
row.
whole
I'm like,
bag.
Lord be offended.
Same, but
So I'm
honestly,
not keeping none.
if
I'm
I
not keeping
buy
nothing in this house that I don't want in my body.
exactly, I just don't buy it. I don't buy it because if I buy it, it's over. If I buy a bag of chips, it's over. And I don't even like
It's a done
sweets
deal.
like that. But like, there's these Oreos, the thin golden Oreos. I honestly, I'm at the store when I buy
The
it.
vanilla one.
Yes,
Yeah.
girl.
The
Oh.
lemon version of that, girl.
And when I buy it, I just
The
know.
le-
I know this whole pack is for tonight. I know it.
Have you
Like,
tried the lemon version of
I
that?
haven't tried the lemon. No, I don't even want to though. Nope,
Girl.
don't put that bad juju in my
No,
life,
I'm not
girl.
encouraging you. I'm not encouraging.
No,
I'm just
I'm
saying
not
that
doing it.
tart, that balance,
Wait,
that tart
lemon
and
version
sweet.
of what?
The
I
Oreo
missed it.
vanilla one, the Oreo cookie one, not the vanilla version, not the typical one that we used to see. The white
vanilla
version. Remember, it's like a vanilla version of it.
Yeah.
They have the vanilla filled one, and they have one with the lemon cream filled one.
No, I haven't had the
Oh.
lemon cream one.
I don't get it.
Oh, don't get it.
So I'm totally going the traditional route of like on January 1st is the time I'm gonna start all of this stuff. I'm being so cliche.
We'll
Yeah,
keep
so
you
I'm like,
accountable.
well,
We'll keep you
tonight-
accountable, so yeah. Actually, Vicky said, would it be an outlandish idea to start a support accountability group type thing? And Toya, we're about to keep you accountable.
Yes.
I
All
would
of
love
us.
to be held accountable, but like how though?
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to be honest with us when we check in with you. That's one. You can't be like, "Oh my God, I've been so good," as she's eating lemon golden Oreos.
Until
They're like, wait, have
December
you?
31st at midnight. Okay.
But I mean, you could start now. I don't know what midnight has to do with.
I could, but
Right
am I?
now. Let's all start now.
But
no
what
better
do you
time than
what do you
present.
have? Wait,
Tomorrow's not promised.
before you even set yourself up for failure, what do you have in your house right now that is going to completely, sabotage you?
The only thing I have is ice cream.
What kind of ice cream?
We actually need to go grocery shopping. So on the 1st, we're going grocery shopping. Actually, tomorrow. I think it's going to be tomorrow. Going grocery shopping. And me and my husband, we both have a similar goal of eating better, working out, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Me and my husband, we need that one last night with each other.
Okay.
That one last night where we watch a movie, we have comfort food.
So y'all gonna finish the ice cream?
Yes. We're going to finish the ice cream and not buy anymore.
Okay.
and I don't like wasting food. Like when people be like, throw all your stuff away, I'm like, child, hold on, wait a minute.
So then what's gonna make this time around different than the times before?
One thing that I said earlier is like working out for mental wellness instead of just physical. But also, I think what has tripped me up in the past is this idea that I have to be perfect. Like it's all or nothing. Once I mess up, it's fine. Open the floodgates, bring out the fast food, don't go to the gym like I messed up. You know? like and like I've been really working on myself and this idea of perfection in terms of like health, like transitioning into a healthy lifestyle. It's like I'll be doing great for months, and then something goes wrong. I have 1, 2, 3 days where I got sick or something, and I didn't go to the gym. Now it's like all thrown off, gone forever, and I think this past year, just thinking about that and how toxic that can be, it doesn't have to be all or nothing.
It doesn't.
Okay, well, how about, because you said you could go strong for months and then something happens. So instead of making it like this indefinite goal of eating clean, why don't you make it like a 2 or 3 weeks at a time thing? So at the end of the 3rd week, you can have one meal where it's like, whatever, your comfort, and then go back and do like another 2-3 weeks again, so that it's not like I gotta eat clean forever. Yeah, so to kind of break it up into chunks so that it's a little bit more palatable, especially when you know the end.
What I do. Like I slowly started like weaning out the foods that I know I have no business really eating. Like I have no business putting it into my temple. I started weaning those things out. As hard as it is, it's hard for me to throw stuff away too. But it gets to a place I was just like, it's either this or my health. And I just saw through it and suck her away. And I was just like, okay, that's hard. But then, I mean, I've done it quite a few times. I end up going back to buy it. I'm not gonna lie. But then I got to a place where I'm like, okay, come on. That's when I got to like, it's either this or your health. You don't have the capacity to, right now, you don't have the mental or emotional capacity to have this food in your house and you don't overindulge. Your issue is overindulging. So I'm like, okay, all right, thank you, Truth. Appreciate you calling me all the way out. But you have to be like that, purely honest with yourself. It's like you have to be your own coach in a way. So now I'm like, it's not really about stopping cold turkey. It's not even really about stopping completely. It's about moderation and having self-control. And I feel like if you tackle those well, you find yourself actually eating less of the, like me, I don't even have those cravings for Girl Scout cookies, and I haven't had it in over a year. Because I was just, it's like that self-control, like, no, I'm not going to eat this right now. And then it got to a place where I'm like, if I can have this self-control and this, discipline, then I know I will eventually get to a place where I can be around these foods and feel no need to even touch it. So like in this last 2 or 3 months, I've been to different events that had things that I'm like, that thing would normally call my name, but I'm going to go for these grapes and these really cute cut watermelons instead, because I like how I feel with this, better. Yeah. So I realized that if I base it off of just how I'm feeling, I never feel like eating healthy. I never feel like it. Like, just being honest, it's not what I feel like doing. It's not, today I feel like having apricots and plums. Like, negative. I feel like having a kale salad with barely any salad dressing. It's never what I feel like doing. So I had to start realizing it's not about the feelings. It's about discipline, girl. And you owe it to yourself to be as you humanly can while you're still alive, and see how it pays off, not just for you, but for those around you too. So it kind of came down to that, like mindset. It came down to that for me.
Yeah.
Is it easy? Heck no. But that's how I know I need to be doing more of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Vicky Fox said,
I think it would be beneficial for me to revisit the book Atomic Habits, because they talk about habit loops, essentially. Like, you wake up, you do this, all of the things that you naturally do, and then kind of like attaching good habits onto the things that you're already doing, instead of completely starting fresh and being like, I'm going to do this now. It's about incorporating things into the habits you already have.
Yeah.
So,
can I ask a question? Yeah. Have you read that book already, Toya?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to revisit
I
it,
kind of
though.
do you? Because you kind of already know what to do, right? Isn't it just more about, having the discipline just to simply do it? You know what I mean?
No, I think that for me, what happens is while I'm reading a book, it keeps me motivated. So it's not that I'm not going to do it until I read the book. It's that I'm reading the book as I'm doing it. Does that make sense?
So you're gonna keep reading this
Yeah.
book over and over forever?
Yeah, every single day for the
No,
rest of
not
your life.
forever. No, but the first time that I did it, but the first time that I read the book, I just read the book. I didn't apply it
Oh, okay,
in
okay.
all areas.
Okay. So now
So
you're gonna
this
go
time
back
it's
and
like,
actually go through the steps and okay, I see. And I think well
yeah.
something that someone said that I want to read out, Vicky, she's dropping gems in the comment sections. It's like finding the root
Vicky, who's
cause.
who?
Vicky Fox. I'm saying
Oh,
Vicky
hey,
Fox.
Vicky.
I'm saying Vicky
Hi,
Fox like
I recognize
y'all know her. Y'all know her? Y'all know Vicky?
I know Vicky. Vicky be all up in the comments.
Okay,
I love her.
Vicky.
She'll comment 5 times on a video just to increase the engagement.
Okay, listen, she's in the comment section. Vicky's trying to get us to
Yes.
start an accountability group on Discord through Patreon. But the comment that I really want to read, she said, is finding the root cause is very helpful as well. Because a lot of us grew up poor and not cleaning out our plate, throwing out old leftovers, wasting snacks, all of that just is not part of our DNA. And it's almost triggering the little kid inside of us going to bed hungry. And I thought that was like pretty powerful as we think about changing things because like you talk about Toya, you want to make these healthier choices, etc. Even by reading the book, but also going back to little Toya and trying to get to the root cause of why. And I mean, you have a good idea already. You said you're an emotional eater or like a stress eater or comfort eater. Just getting to the root cause, even deeper. Why is it an emotional? Why are you an emotional eater? Or like how you can switch the emotion from let me go straight to like the bad food, but let your emotion guide you to the good food. Like how do you get to the root cause so that you're not making these decisions in the moment? I think that's very important and powerful to say too, because a lot of us grew up. It's so funny, Vicky. I don't know you. I don't know where you grew up, but I grew up in Haiti, and it was exactly like that. I couldn't leave the table until I finished eating my food, and it was this whole thing every single day. And to this day, like as an adult, you're like, oh yeah, it's only like 3 bites, but I'm full, but I gotta finish it. For
Force
what?
yourself. Yep.
Yeah, for who?
Yeah. It's like unlearning those things that really actually never served you.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Someone said
awful.
that her budget is helping her because once candy bars started being more than $1, she stopped buying them.
Honestly, like I feel like however you get there is how you get there.
I agree.
Like, there's some people who are motivated by getting abs, and they're like, I'm gonna keep doing this until I get my darn abs. And then there are some people whose motivation is wellness and mental clarity, like us, or like maybe your motivation's your child. Maybe like I think that people can have different I was gonna say inciting incidents. Different points of motivation. I think that however you get there is how you get there. If it's your budget and you're like, I can't afford meat right now, I'm telling you guys, when I had first moved to California and I was living in a shoebox of an apartment, I didn't have money to be buying all this extra fast food and stuff. I was paying for rent and I was working part-time at Sephora. I did not have any money. I was, trying to make it as an actress. And I literally had to choose. I'm like, do I choose the real food or do I choose junk food? And I would choose real food. And the only thing extra that I could afford was my gym membership. And I went to the gym every day, faithfully, 6 a.m. Like, sometimes your circumstances, even though they're crappy, like that can be your saving grace as well. Because I was so fit I had ever been.
I'm laughing because of this comment Vicky said. She's like, not brokenness getting us snatched.
Okay. It's called the economical diet. Yes, indeed.
Oh my God, too funny.
Whatever works, shoot.
Yeah, but I mean, it started out like that for me too, where it's like I can't afford to waste money on junk food. Because that's the thing too. I've realized you could think it's convenient, but that's just one meal. Like that 15, $20 you spend is just that one meal. Versus if you take that $20 and you buy some ingredients, then you can make a big old pot of food and you have leftovers for the rest of the week. And if you start thinking about it that way, of course you're gonna make better choices. But it started the same way for me, where it was like, okay, I can't afford to buy or waste money on things that's not going to fuel me. But then when I started working out, being serious about it last year, working out in nutrition, then I started to feel better because I stuck with it. And again, when I started with the nutrition plan the trainer gave me, she was like, just give it up for 2 weeks. And then we'll, reevaluate. So in my mind, I was like, I just got to do this for 2 weeks. So that kept me going. That allowed me to say no to all these temptations. But after the 2 weeks, I felt so good that I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it for an additional week. And then, okay, I'm going to keep going. So then it just kept going that way because of how I felt. So then it stopped being about what I could afford, but about what it made me feel, how the food made me feel. Because I knew if I ate something poor, I wouldn't be able to digest it, and I would be in shambles for like a day or two. Then I'm like, okay, then it's not worth me making that choice. But it came with me being consistent at first before, I guess, that mindset shift happened to like associate it from one thing to the next.
So to those who are just now joining, y'all, some people are asking what we're talking about. So those who are just now joining any one of our YouTube lives, just want to tell you we are currently in the nutrition and health portion of our 2023 planning. We will soon probably get switched subjects, but yes, we are currently talking about health for 2023, nutrition for 2023, the goals we're trying to set for our, taking care of our temple for 2023. That is kind of what we're talking about. So definitely go ahead and hit up our comment section with some of your health and fitness and nutritional goals and let us know. Okay, Toy, I'm sorry. I know you were about to say something. Just wanted, because people was asking, what are y'all talking about?
Oh, yeah, no, I just think that there's real value. I think that there's real value in tapping into whatever you find value in, right? If you like to look snatched and you like building outfits and like looking fashionable and all that stuff, and that's going to be your motivation, like, hey, instead of buying a new bag of Cheetos or whatever, like I could allocate this money toward that handbag that I really like, or like, you know what I mean? Like figuring out what is your motivation, even if it's seems superficial. I think that it's just good to start somewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed. Yeah, so that makes me actually still, because I think it was the comment you said, Jen, from Vicky. It made me think about how a lot of things boils down to your mindset. Honestly, the things you were taught when you were younger and you've normalized in your life and you realize later on that's actually not normal, but it's become part of your identity in a way. So it makes me want to go to like the next, I guess, another portion of how we want to plan out or how we want our 2023 to go. Mindset goals. What are some mindset goals or mindset shifts, changes, addition, whatever it might be that you have for 2023?
Okay, wait, before we go into that, I want to read one comment. I know, we're moving away from nutrition, but Red Rose says, have any of us taken a form of magnesium? Because she has, and turns out she had low levels in her system, and it helped her a lot.
Yes, I have magnesium in my cupboard. I use 3 scoops of it in my smoothies, drink it by itself. So yeah.
I started last year as well. And first of all, magnesium and zinc are 2 vitamins/minerals that a lot of people, like probably 90% of the population, is deficient in because we're not eating the right things. And when I started incorporating them as well, I felt so much better. I started being regular, which I thought when you were talking about what, based on what you said, Grace, being irregular, like bowel movement wise, I thought was normal. That was part of my character. That's who I was. Like I live with a man who is in the bathroom clockwork every morning. And I was like, oh, you're not normal. What's wrong with you? How long you going to be in there for? I was making fun of him. Turns out I was the problem. I had a problem. So once I started taking my health in my own hands, a lot has changed. And yes, magnesium was one of them. Oh, and vitamin D as well is a good one that a lot of us are deficient in. And it's so ironic because, we can get it from the sun, but here we are.
Funny enough, magnesium helps with water weight too.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Good to
I
know.
take multivitamins that have all those things, but I don't take them. The only thing that I take like on its own for the most part is iron. You're not iron and turmeric are my babies.
Turmeric is a
I
good
realized that
anti-inflammatory
makes
as
me
well.
tired. Hmm?
Turmeric is a good anti-inflammatory.
Turmeric
That's
is the
exactly why
goat.
I take it for
Straight up.
heals, mostly.
Yeah, turmeric is
But
the
iron,
goat.
like I'm always so tired. And when I started taking iron every day, all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, I have so much clarity.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I was deficient in iron. Okay.
A lot of women are too when it comes to iron.
Yeah.
Grace, what
very
did you ask us
common.
again? Mindset goals?
Yeah.
Mindset 2023, yeah.
Um,
Or just and really just any other 2023. I was just trying to get us to shift topics because it's like, yeah, no, we said we want to have a set time for our lives, so it's already 5 o'clock. So yeah.
Yeah, it seems like we need to go live again and
Agree.
yeah.
We have to
and
redo
tackle
this for y'all.
more of the stuff.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah,
y'all gonna
I
see
actually
the
have to
exact
go.
same live name and exact same thumbnail because we have to redo this for y'all. We really do.
Yeah, I feel like most of the time was eaten up with me and Grace's technical issues.
Technical
Ah,
issues.
yeah, we got to do better, guys. We got to. Jen came through. I mean, Jen, I sent everybody over to your live stream, so
I mean, I don't
Jen
want to
set
say
up
nothing,
through
but I'm just
Jen.
sitting here like,
Yeah, so Jen, okay. Jen, you won this round. No,
I
I'm
did.
joking.
I did.
But no, yeah, I feel like today's live was more like, girl chat banter. We didn't really get into like the details of our actual goals for 2023, y'all. But the technical haters were on deck. Even though now, like I feel like my stuff is stable, but it's already towards the end. It's like, okay, haters, but it's okay.
But,
They're
like,
not going to stop this
now
train.
It's so weird. It's the devil, I tell you. Like, what happened earlier? Because it's the same connection, and
Hello? Facts, but it's okay.
it's okay.
You
You're
can't
right.
stop it.
Yeah, that's okay though. That is
It
okay.
is.
We will do this again. We will do this many times. I'm excited.
We will.
So make sure you
You
all are
guys like us
subscribed to
going
all of our
live?
channels, y'all, and make sure you have the bell on so you're notified when we are coming back live again with our 2023 planning. We can do 2023 planning in 2023. Okay. So you probably will most likely see us go live in January, maybe the first week, second week or so. And we hope that by the grace of God, that'll be smoother. We'll all have our Ethernet set up and have it all good to go. So we don't have this issue again, Lord. Okay.
Lord. It was a pleasure as always.
Wow.
Jaleesa said it's
I'm
okay. We'll
excited.
keep coming
We're
back.
gonna be live streaming a lot more in 2023, so
Amen.
I'm excited about that.
Once we get all the
Amen.
Me too.
technical difficulties out of the way, we're going to be out here back to back. Y'all going to be sick of us. Just prepare to be sick
Y'all
of
really
us.
are. And when we work on it, if we end up choosing to use Twitch like the professional games, watch out. Okay.
I don't know about all that.
Watch out. I'm just saying. Because if it is actual YouTube, then I'm like, why would y'all even have? But anyway, like you said, we're going to first check our connections.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I can't do too much on the desktop. I got a laptop. I ain't got no desktop, so we're gonna have to make it work with the internet.
Yeah. And I think it should be okay. Once you're wired, then the connection should be more stable and faster.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna have to go on Amazon. Or
Yeah,
Best
let me
Buy.
send you the link, girl. But yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's the
okay.
one I got.
Thank
I'll
you
send
so
it to you.
much for
All right,
chilling
y'all.
with us.
Thank you. Roseanne. Yes, Roseanne. Sorry you are late, but it's okay. We're going to come back again. And don't worry, you didn't really miss the actual planning because we had a lot of issues. So just make sure you subscribe to all of our channels. Make sure you have the bell on so you're notified when we are back on y'all screen.
That's right.
Thank y'all for hanging out with us.
April said she braided her hair while watching us. So,
Ooh.
killing two birds with one
That's what I
stone.
do. I mean, cooking.
Right. Happy
that
New
right.
Year, everyone. 2023. Listen, what if you
Yes.
gave
Happy New Year
2023
in
your all, huh?
advance.
What if you gave that year your
Yes.
all? Nutrition-wise, health-wise, mindset-wise. Let's stop making excuses and finally go all out. Let's leave
Why are
fear,
you talking to me?
doubt,
Don't
excuses.
be talking to me, Jen.
Whoever wants to hear, I'm just spraying the information. If you're getting wet, then you need to get out of the way and hop into 2023 with a new mindset.
Amen to that.
Thank you, Maya, for the super chat.
Abundance mindset, kingdom mindset. Yes.
That's right.
What it boils down to.
So,
talk to y'all soon.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see y'all on Beyonce's internet somewhere.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.